Hello everybody, it's Garrett here at Eurovision Ireland, also recording for RTE, and I'm joined by two people who are going to help me go through today's runnings. I have...
Ewan Spence from ESCInsight over in Edinburgh and various other places. Yes, here in the glorious sunshine of Copenhagen, in the middle of the island, in a tiny bay on the outskirts of nowhere, which is 3 steps away from absolution.
Thanks for that, Ewan.
And I'm David Elder, and I write for the Scotsman Newspaper, and I have much less to say for myself, thank you.
Well guys, we had the first day today, the first day of rehearsals, and we had two of the favourites, which was obviously Armenia and Sweden. So if we start off with Armenia, what's our thoughts on Armenia?
I thought it was great. I thought it came over really, really well. I thought the staging was fab. I was a bit worried about him stood in his own because he's, you know, a wee solitary figure right in the middle of the stage, but I thought it looked really good and he sang it really well. I thought, yeah, that's going through easy.
I thought his vocals were great as well. He's a charismatic man, but I suppose that's to come to expect since he's a comedian.
I would think so. You're somebody that has to go out there and win an audience over very, very quickly, and he's had issues with that before in the previews, but in a television audience it is a natural environment for himself. I think the thing about Armenia is it is coming up first. It is after the first 5 or 10 minutes of whatever introduction. It's probably going to be the first time we get the full light show that they have, and they've used pretty much all the elements that somebody will see in the semi-final. They've used the solitary spotlights. They've used the walling off of the sort of diamond stage. They've used the backdrop. They've used overexposures. Quite a lot of acts actually using the overexposure trick. It's going to look fresh with Armenia. My only concern is he's using a boom mic coming off, the so-called Madonna mic, which is fine if you're Madonna, but this is a comedian who, if we look at his stuff on YouTube when he's been doing other performances, it's always on handheld mic. So yes, you can rehearse that sort of stuff, but that's not his natural microphone use. So there is a question mark that he's going to over-emote with the arms.
Yeah. I think he's obviously going to have some formal training from Conchita between now and his actual semi-final, so he'll be well able to use one hand or no hands, I think, by that stage. Completely different altogether. We had Latvia. Now for me, Latvia came on, and even though Armenia is fantastic, I think what Latvia brings to it is the first time that the audience is going to get a chance to get up, sing and dance and sway, and he is just so infectious. And when he comes into the audience, I think it really sets the tone for the song and it gets everybody up and clapping. Would that be... does it give you the clap?
It certainly gave me the clap. He did talk about being infectious today, actually, during his press conference. He talked about when he went viral back in Latvia. But he's here now, and the song's fab. You know, these guys are there on stage, they're just having a great time. I don't think they expect to qualify, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them do it. I think it's just really, really good fun, and it's needed in this contest.
Do you think they're in for a chance of qualifying, you?
Having seen some of the other car crashes coming up in the first half of the semi-final, yes, because they have a couple of things going for them. One is the song is catnip. You cannot help but dance along and sway, and the words are really easy to remember. It's steak to bake. The other things going for it is it's one of the few acts that I've seen, certainly in the camera shot, and they can be tightened up in 2 weeks' time, that fills the stage. Now, by that I don't mean they just stand there and burn off 3 minutes, but they take up the whole screen space of someone watching home. We don't have a huge amount of long shots. We don't see them tiny off in the distance with a big dramatic push in that completely misses the beat of the rather dull, tired, insipid Swedish chorus. We'll get to that in a minute. They actually managed to work the camera angles really, really well. Strike one to me. And the third thing is, yeah, it's competent. It's a song, it's people singing, and people at home, when they're going to be seeing everything that's coming up and they come back to replays, it's just like, there's the nice happy chaps that sung a song. Exactly. Now they only need to, I mean, on form they're about 11th or 12th. I think we've seen 1 or 2 countries that are now dropping the form, the rest of them. So Latvia are on the bubble. Yeah. But I think, and I hope for the good of the contest, that they actually do manage it. Yeah,
I'd agree with you on that. I think they're bubbling away, and I would put them now as qualifying for the final. Estonia is the next one, which divided the team here at Eurovision Ireland here today, and I think it divided quite a lot of other people in the press conference today. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it, some people saw good things in it. Personally, I think it's great that Estonia like to recycle, because she started off on the floor just like Jedward did in 2011. She has a dance routine like Sofia from Georgia in 2010, and she has a dance routine which is somewhat reminiscent of Loreen as well. For me, it's paper mache. It's a bit of everything sort of mixed together with a bit of glue. It doesn't float my boat.
Yeah, I mean, for a contest that's not noted for its originality, this is possibly one of the least original songs you're going to hear this year. But having said that, I really liked it. I thought it was a good performance. I'm amazed she can do those vocals when she's doing all that dancing. Maybe Ewan can tell us more about that. But interesting nonetheless. I think it's good. I think it's maybe borderline as to whether or not she'll go through. But I liked it.
And from David's really nice link there, Ewan, it was really good. Tell us, Ewan.
Well, all I can do is that when I was there in the Estonian national final, as well as Tanya singing along with the main lyrics, the backing singers, one of them was going along with the lead lyrics as well. So I think this is the old Jedward waterfall trick, and this is now an old trick, which is sort of crazy, which is the fact that Jedward could sing perfectly, but when they dropped the microphones to go into the shower, they still sounded the same, which was amazing. So I think it is a performance, and if that's what's needed to make a couple of the shots and a couple of the throws, then so be it. I disagree with, let's see, what did you say? The dancing, it's a completely different type of dance altogether. Okay, I'll set Bruno Toglioni on you, and he's been in a UK national final, so he would know. David will now tell you which national final.
1980.
There we go.
I wasn't born then.
Yeah. It's not an original song. Yeah, there's very few original songs nowadays. I mean, if you lifted out your Stan and Katy Perry's, your Robin Thicke's, or anything in the charts, or, you know, originality is very, very difficult in 3 minutes, especially when you have such a constrained formula that is looked for in national finals and by broadcasters. So I think in the scope that she had, this song is as original as something like Paula Punk is, as various other ones. I mean, does it use the same concepts as previous stuff? Yes. Does that make that unoriginal and somehow less deserving of her vote? No. And finally, I think the problem with this song is it's 3 years too late. Because this song, under the old jury system, where you just simply voted for your favourite, would have done far, far better than it's going to do this year, where it's vote for your favourite and make sure that your worst songs are at the bottom of your list. So where people have the negative opinions of it, in previous years, they would have been wiped away like ice skating score. Nowadays, those will act as a drag from the jury. So this is a song that's not well suited to the current method of scoring.
Well, I think we just mentioned a drag there, so on that point we'll just take a quick break because we had a break in the actual running order in the rehearsals, so come back to us for part 2.